Outlook Podcast. We're here at the Outlook Podcast. Just we're here. We're talking to cool people.
All right, hey guys, welcome back to the Outlook Industries Podcast. I'm here with Eric. How you doing, Eric?
I'm not doing too bad, honestly.
Nice.
Doing all right.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you again for taking some time out to come and talk to me. I really appreciate it. And let's kind of first to get some context for people, like who are you? Where are you from? How old are you? Those kind of things.
For sure. My name's Erick Christian. I kind of live everywhere right now. I wouldn't say I'm a homeless scooter rider, but I'm a homeless scooter rider. I crash on people's couches and shit, and just move around the U.S. and everything. And that's about it. I just enjoy scootering, and basically just simple scootering is the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, where is your favorite place to be then?
My favorite place is probably Durango, Colorado.
Is Durango?
Durango, Colorado.
Who do you live with when you're in Durango?
Oh, my best friend White. He's an insane skateboarder from this area. Best style, hands down. Taught me all my style in scootering, to be honest, because he forced me to low key start skateboarding.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I'm down to skateboard, and I started skating and scootering at the same exact. Oh wow, that was
you're good.
Rough. At the same exact time, and that's how I kind of developed my style. I watch a bunch of bull skateboarding. So I kind of take what I can from other action sports and develop it into my scooter riding.
Yeah, I think that's really important. That's kind of what I have tried to do as well, is pick up a little bit of skateboarding, a little bit of BMX, because the style from all those different sports is really applicable to what you do in scootering, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And there's so many unique styles in BMX, skateboarding, and even scootering, even though scootering is a really young sport.
Right.
There's not a lot of you can't really be core with scootering since it's so young, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it's been quite a journey, and the last few years I've seen a lot more style be a big thing in scootering, where it used to just be how many whips can you throw above your head, which is still happening, but
yeah, there's always going to be that aspect of scootering, and that's honestly really healthy for the sport of scootering, or whatever people like to call it, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Be back. Oh, we're back.
Oh.
All right, sorry.
We're back. No, you're good.
And that shit was terrible.
Oh, gotcha.
And now it's saying input, restart studio if needed. Can you see me?
You're good. You're good. Yeah, you can keep going.
Sorry about that. Anyways, but yeah, I think it's super healthy for scootering to have that. I wouldn't say it's 100% the best for scootering, because there's a lot of park riders out there that really push themselves on Instagram to be famous and everything. They don't ride for scootering, they ride for the Instagram clout. But I also think that's really good for scootering, because it really gets scootering to a whole different audience, because you have to think about all those kids scooters, they're getting out there, they're getting tons of reach to people all around the world, not just scooter riders, even girls, just random people, old people, everyone.
Right. Yeah, that Instagram side is definitely, as it is not say core or whatever, it does get our audience bigger. So I think that you're right on the money. There's I agree with you completely on that. How was your time at Woodward and stuff? Because I saw you were there this summer.
It wasn't too bad, honestly. I love Woodward, love everybody out there. Honestly, Woodward West had the best staff the whole year. Everybody freaking killed it. Carson, great boss, literally made all the events run so smoothly.
Carson kills it.
Carson does kill it. Carson's a beast and a menace.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a great experience. I love being at Woodward, just being able to conversate with a bunch of kids all around the world, see their outlooks on scootering and how they view it. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of kids
view it in totally
a different way, which is super sick to see.
Right. And people come from all over the world to come to Woodward, so you get to meet all sorts of different people.
Everyone. You meet everyone, pros, random kids. Honestly, I've had better times with the beginner of the beginners than I've had with the pro kids or anything, because those are the kids that are on fire for the sport. They don't have an Instagram or anything. They just want to learn get their bride flip down. I think that's so awesome, because then you don't have the aspect of scootering where they're yo, I want to post this Insta clip. Yo, film me 5 Insta clips today. Because, you know, like, as long as Insta clips are good, but, like, if you're posting every day, then you're overfilling someone's feed and not many people are going to want to watch you. You know what I mean? Like an oversaturation.
Right, exactly. And they're like, they turn into like kids like me. They're like, oh, my toe touched the ground just a little early, and I'm not taking it. And you're like,
yeah, no, that's 100%.
All right. So
that just happens.
Yeah, what were you saying before? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're all good. Once again, my phone breaks. I'm so sorry, Trevor. This has probably been so good.
No, you're okay. I can edit all the cuts out. It's all good.
Yeah, my phone just is so bad. I've like had this phone for 5 years straight. I've fallen on it. I've gotten the screen placed like 800 times. You know.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how it goes.
Back to what I was saying about the whole like Instagram thing of scootering. There is a problem with oversaturation of media. 100%. Like, there's definitely so many kids like posting Insta clips. Like, I mean, as long as the Insta clips are cool and everything, but what's even cooler is when you make that edit and then you keep it in your camera roll, and then you look back at it, you're like, dang, I did that a long time ago, but now I can one up that trick, so I might as well post this clip. Like, clips are meant to be saved. Right. You shouldn't post every single clip you have, because like not every clip is Insta worthy.
Right. Well, I think as far as Instagram goes, I think you can oversaturate Instagram. As far as like, I think that a video part is something that you should work hard on and something that like people like need to like take time on. But like as far as Instagram, like if it gets oversaturated, it just won't do well. Like people will stop watching your stuff and you'll be like, oh, okay. But most people get rewarded for posting every day or whatnot.
100%. And now there's the Reels marketing, and you can make money off of Reels. So you have a bunch of kids grinding on that. But I also feel like the whole Instagram side can take away from scootering. As much as it's good to like promote and get it out there, it definitely takes apart like the whole. I want to say scootering's core, because scootering can't be core since it's such a young action sport. But it definitely takes away the core values. Because if you look at like other action sports like mountain biking, skateboarding, BMX, like with their full parts and their like video parts, even like skiing and snowboarding, they're like well done. They're like full videos, 40, 50 minutes long. We don't have a lot of that in scooters. Like I can name a couple videos on Trendville, like Lucid or something, but that's about it. There's not too many like big production scooter videos. There's a lot of like small 10-minute, 15-minute videos. And I feel like if we had those long videos, it would push scootering to a next better direction, I'd honestly feel.
I would love to see like those 50-minute like ski, almost like ski or snowboard edit type scooter videos. That's what I want to see. Because it's so beautiful how they make not any of that too. There's so much production and effort that goes into ski and snowboarding videos, and that's what makes them so special. They're like 10 years in the making since since skiing and snowboarding is so old. Right. Yeah, and there's like full production houses and sponsors that are willing to put in the time and the effort with their people to get those done. There is also more money in skiing and snowboarding than there is scootering, but I feel like it just takes that person that's motivated and has that drive to make that full video. So, like, should we be thinking about trying to get bigger sponsors into scootering, say like Vans or Nike or some other company that likes to put money into making these videos? Do you think that'd be a good thing, or do you think that would hurt scootering? I feel like we've already made that step with New Balance and Adidas. If there's an old video a while ago of Cody Flom. He got a package from Adidas. It was like a huge package, like 20 pairs of shoes or something. Right. And he made like a YouTube video. He's like jumping over like 20 boxes of Adidas or something because they sent him out. And I thought that was like super cool. And that was like a couple of years ago when that happened. And then you could see Devin Sidlowski, like nowadays he's hanging out with oh my gosh, the skater. I can't think off the top of my head, but he rides for New Balance. And now you'll see like Devin riding in New Balances like all the time. So I feel like there is something there 100%. But I feel like it's just going to take time and effort and just getting scootering to the point to where it's not what it is now. Yeah, well, there's these companies, they're definitely sliding product, because even like Wazea, he's getting stuff, or Waza, he's getting stuff from Nike and working with Nike over in Australia. The whole thing behind that was like a controversy video, because they
It was more like a custom pair of shoes than Nike sending him out a pair of shoes. If you've seen that YouTube video.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen the video. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen the video. I just saw what he posted on Instagram.
Yeah, a while ago. Yeah, he posted that, but I was like really interested because I was like, "Dang, that's crazy! Nike SB is sponsoring scooter riders. Wow, that's wild." And I went to his video, and it was just like a custom pair of shoes, and it just brings back to the clickbait effect of Instagram because Instagram's really big on clickbait. If you feel that, like even back to the Tanner Fox days, like. Kid runs over other kid with Segway scooter, not clickbait in the hood. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
And then Instagram, like someone's shoes on fire standing on a scooter deck with like, I'm not even gonna lie. Cause I used to be that kid. I used to be that park kid that was like, I want to get views. I want to be this. I want to be that. But I feel like it takes a bunch of maturing to realize like what scootering should be and what it actually is compared to what people think it is. Cause you'll have, like Mad Gear, for example. Right. Why are we sponsoring 15 fucking year olds right now? Like 15-year-olds don't need a sponsor.
Yeah.
No kid under the age of 15 needs a sponsor. And that goes with skateboarding as well. There's a bunch of like controversy in skateboarding as well with Cater being sponsored, having so many sponsors and being pro at such a young age. I mean, he's great at skateboarding, but
but he has the skills to pay the bills. Yeah.
He has the skills to pay the bills, but he doesn't have the mentality or like the drive for like the kids, you know what I mean? Because it's all about the youth. That's like all action sports about. It's about the younger generation. And I feel like when he came out to East last year, that motherfucker took a golf cart and a speaker from Big White and like just started driving around. And then we had to like blacklist him off of campus because he just had no respect for other people. And I feel like that's a big problem with scootering.
Oh, really?
Everybody has huge egos. And like, how can you have such a big ego when scootering such a small action sport? It's kind of pitiful, you feel?
Well, there's a lot of like that like ego thing that sponsors are definitely not helping with because 100%. It's the people without the egos that need to have the sponsors because they're the ones who are actually going to be a good role model and bring people like into a good mindset for the sport.
Let me take someone for example, Chris Ferris. Chris Ferris I met him at West this year. That is the most well-rounded, best scooter rider, best dude, super nice, keeps to himself. But like, if kids come up to him, like he'll have like a 10-minute conversation about how awesome scootering is to a kid, and I think that's so sick. Right. But he literally lives off of just construction and all of that. And I think it's really sad because he's the world's best scooter rider. He is known in the industry, and nobody wants to pick him up. Like. What does that say about scootering if the world's best doesn't even want to be on a sponsorship? You know what I mean? Like, it just shows that how corporate scootering has got. So I can't really name too many brands that are just
the problem. Well, the problem is that, and I see this from both sides, from talking to the people who are building these teams on these like corporate companies and the riders who are pro who are like worried about like getting paid and all the sponsorship stuff. And the difference is that the companies like now it's not as based on like competitions. Like the competitions, while they're important, are not selling scooters because they're not these big events that people watch like X Games was.
Yeah.
So they're looking for these influencer kids that have a bunch of followers because that's how they're going to get to the little kids that want these scooters. But so that's the corporate side of it.
Yeah, there's that corporate side, but if you look at the bigger picture, not a lot of people like seeing fucking a loud ass like rap music edit like boom 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 and doing a kickless over a box. Like, yeah, that's cool and everything, and yeah, it can get views, but the majority of people in the world, they want to see something that's visually appealing and looks good. I feel like the reason why scootering hated on it so much is because a lot of people, like, they haven't developed their style. They just try throwing the craziest and the hardest tricks, and that just brings me back to the point of simple scootering and why simple scootering is the best type of scootering. If you ever looked at this account, it's called Adult Scooter Riding. It shows, like, low impact, really good stylish, like, clips, like short clips. It's definitely my favorite Instagram page by far. And it just shows like scootering is definitely having that step in the right direction, but it's going to be a slow process. Because like the Instagram's account's like the best account I've ever seen. And it only has like 300 followers, which is really embarrassing to the community.
Right. Well, you can see that in skateboarding too. Like there are the people who are doing crazy ass like flip trick combos, like triple like kickback kickflip things. I don't even know what's going on, whatever Johnny Geiger does, that kind of stuff. But they're also like the pros and the people you're seeing are just like doing simple stuff off weird or bigger objects.
Yeah, and it comes down to spots. How appealing the video is, and how appealing the spots are. Because there's a lot of scootering videos. I'm not going to hate on anybody specifically, but you'll see a lot of videos where it's like, wow, it's a flat rail. It's filmed really cool, but like the area is disgusting. The area does not look cool. It's just like blank. And I feel like if there's more, what I take, because I'm like working on my full port at the moment. And I take pride in like the spots and how pretty it looks around the spots, the greenery, the ground, how the stairs look, how the rail looks, art. Like everything. Everybody looks for that perfect rail they can hit, but you don't want that perfect rail. You want that sketchy rail that just shows like that's hesh, that's raw. Like I want that. I want to see more of that.
Exactly.
Like, like Apple Orchard, for example, great video, amazing spots. Everything about that video is perfect. And that's what just shows like Apple Orchard is the right direction in scootering and native. Same with Ethic as well. But you know how it is with like big corporate sponsors.
Well, I like how the scooters are getting bigger and there's just like more attention to the art of scootering, not necessarily the performance of it, but the art in it.
Mm-hmm. And how
same thing with like skating. It's like it's like how you film it, where the spots are, what the spot looks like, and like what you're wearing, and what like just the whole like vibe of the shot is, and keeping that consistent throughout the video.
Yeah, 100%. And a lot of videos they have like spots that aren't really the vibe for that video. You know what I mean? Like if you have a soft, for sure. If you have like a really like slow soft song, you're gonna want gritty spots. You know what I mean? Because you're going to want to like have that like softness through the ears, but you want to hear that grit of the scooter, like, you know what I mean? Like it just shows like
riding over bricks.
Yeah, like that's so pretty. It sounds so good. Like Forrest, take for example, Devin Sidlowski, he did this crazy decade push. He did like a 360 decade, put his front foot on the deck and did like a huge push. And you heard it when he popped. It was like it just sounded pretty. And I feel like a lot of scootering doesn't take pride in like the like instrumental fact of scootering, and you need to hear it. Like I hate videos being music videos. You know what I mean? Like a lot of scooter videos nowadays are just music, no audio of the scooters. And I love hearing like what the scooter sounds like, how the person rides the scooter, if he rides it loose or if he rides it tight, if it sounds like doing or it's like like. I feel like that's also a big part of scootering as well, is the microphone and how good everything sounds. Take, for example,
I love how you say that because...
What were you saying?
Yeah, I love how you say that because, like, the audio is so important. Like, I just love hearing just, like, either the cars going by or, like, the wind around you or whatever. Just something, like, that you wouldn't normally hear that puts you in that moment for that video. So that puts you in, like, this is what the scooter sounds like. This is what you can almost, like, feel what the rider's feeling, like, through the audio.
And that I take pride in audio editing. Like, if you go on my Instagram on, like, some old clips, you can hear, like, I put time and effort into my audio. Like, it'll go in there, like, shh, ding, and you'll hear my scooter come back into sound. It'll sound good. Like, a lot of kids, like, they just post in reels, you know, just reels, no scooter audio. And the reels automatically takes the audio away from the video so you can hear more of the sound of the music, which is kind of like pitiful to scootering. That's why I think raw clips on Instagram are definitely like the key. I wouldn't say like edits are bad or anything, because edits are super fun to make and they're super fun to watch. But you can't make your edits like 15 minutes, or not 15 minutes because Instagram doesn't make 15 minutes, but like 20 seconds of slow-mo and then like a clip and then 20 seconds of someone falling and then a clip. Like nobody wants to watch that. People like create fast media nowadays. Like if you're going to post a clip, just post your raws.
The one, when people post one clip, but they edit like their one fall like 4 times, and then they end at like the end and then the run up, and then they do the clip, and it's like a 30-second video of one clip. I'm just like, bro,
I don't want to watch that.
Just post the raw.
I'm just gonna swipe. I'm not gonna watch that. And like, I hate talking about scootering, but scootering is Instagram. Like, we became how we are nowadays because of Instagram, not because of YouTube. Like skateboarding, they became skateboarding because of YouTube. But we're more of the younger generation. Like, we're growing off of Instagram, and like a lot of people will hate on like the IGTVs and like shops like reposting like videos of scootering on Instagram, and they're like, Instagram isn't going to be forever, but Instagram is going to be forever. Like, think about how much effort the founders putting into like metaverse and trying to incorporate Instagram with the metaverse. Like, if you have those videos on Instagram,
it's going to be around.
It's going to be around forever, and it's also like very beautiful because you can't get a lot of views on YouTube and get like scootering out there as much. I think it's really cool when like a shop will have a YouTube channel and they'll post the full video on the IGTV, because then you'll be able to see it. A lot of people are going to want to switch apps to go watch a video.
Yeah, I think that Instagram, it's like, it feels really like disconnected from like your followers, I guess, or at least for me it does. It feels like and especially when things go like viral, you're like, these might be fake accounts. How would I know? Like, I have no engagement with these people. Whereas in YouTube, I feel a little bit more connection as far as like, it feels more real. Like, the views feel like they mean more.
Yeah, I love YouTube. I post YouTube videos. I got like 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. I don't post that often, but I love posting on YouTube because it's like really fun to make like a 3-minute video, upload it, and then just let it sit for like a couple months and then go back and watch it, because you'll know it's going to be in that same exact quality. Because Instagram, they do a lot of like compressing on the video and destroying the quality so they can keep more memory for their storage systems. So if you look back on like older clips of you, you'll see how shitty like the clips look, because Instagram really wants to preserve like the new content.
Right, that's very true. I think that this is just a really good like explanation of how like just our whole generation is working outside of scootering too, like just in general. It's just like the fast content, nothing like you're posting for somebody else. Like, it feels like people aren't even posting for themselves anymore, which is how it should be.
Yeah, I'll be honest, personally, I've fallen into that loop. When I first moved out to Denver from Ohio, I was out of it. Like, my mental state was really bad. I was not another brewski out.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Oh my god. Yeah, that blew up on you.
That was terrible. Awesome.
Oh no.
That was awesome. Anyways,
Yeah.
back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
Forgot my train of thought. You're gonna have to ask me another question.
No, you're good. We were just talking about like how how this instant gratification and the not posting for yourself, posting for somebody else, trying to get those views.
Yeah. I feel like nobody posts for themselves. It's not posting for yourself if you're posting for Instagram. Because if you really wanted that video for yourself, you just keep it on your phone as a raw clip. People post it to Instagram because they want others to see it. That's like the whole thing with Instagram. I think that, you want your friends to see your shit.
Yeah, you're trying to get other people's views.
Yeah, you don't really look at it.
I've tried to mentally always think about social media in general as like, this is almost like a scrapbook of my life that I can look back on, because I think that that's way healthier to look at than being like, oh, this didn't get many views, I'm gonna delete it. Like more of a portfolio almost feeling.
I can get that.
I know lots of people don't look at it like that.
I can, 100%. Personally, that's not my outlook on it at all.
Right.
I have a completely different outlook. If you look on my Instagram, I have probably like 800 videos in my archive of just edits and everything. But I'll have like my favorite clips of like all time, like on my Instagram. Like, I'll have my photos. Like, I like making my Instagram more personal. So then, because Instagram isn't what people think it is. And everybody has a weird view on Instagram. Like, I already know me talking about Instagram right now is going to bring like a bad rep onto me because I've been talking about it so much, but it's really important to scootering. It's like our biggest platform we have. And I like making my Instagram account personal. Like, when people come to my Instagram, they're going to see my recent clips, my film photography, and that's it. Like, I don't want, because nobody really
right.
Unless you're like really into a rider, you're not going on someone's page and just scrolling. Like, you're gonna look at a couple clips and be like, dang, they're really good, let me hit follow real quick. You know, it's not gonna be, I'm gonna scroll through the whole Instagram and see if they're good. It's gonna be the first brand new clips, and that's why, like, you should keep your clips fresh. Don't do tricks you've already done. Make sure everything's new. Like, even it doesn't even have to be a hard trick, just a small, simple learn. Like, you know, the silly little trick where you like take your feet off your scooter, you let it go, and then you let it spin on the ground and you hop on it, like on this corner of your deck. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like, I love, like, I saw a clip the other day of this Russian scooter rider. Shout out to all the Russian scooter riders out there. They are supporting the fuck out of my Instagram. True. If I didn't have Russians on my Instagram, I would have no followers. I love the Russian community. They're great. But anyways, I saw this kid. He literally just posted that clip. It just made it look super good. Like, feet were spread apart, bounced on his scooter, made it off the deck. He actually did it on some granite. And he was like, and he like popped on it. It looked so good. And it was like a 2-second clip, and it had like 5,000 views. And I know for a fact that's like not all scooter riders, because like Russia has like, they have a lot of, what's it called, social media like bans in that country. I know, like, it's not going to be a lot of bot followers. It's going to be like real people. They go through a different source, which like is really cool. I love finding out about like communities that are just super far away, because you really find insights on scootering that you haven't learned before. You know what I mean? I follow a ton of European scooter riders.
Really niche.
Different.
Yeah, those niche scooter, like, I've gotten a little into like the Swedish scootering community.
Swedish
or the Swiss, not the Swedish, the Swiss. The Swiss.
Oh, Swiss. Like Swiss Alps and all them.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys, like, just everybody in the Swiss area is cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. I love everybody in Europe. I have a bunch of friends. I met a bunch of people, like my campers at Woodward. A bunch of them were from like Europe and everything. Like this kid I met throughout the summer, his name was Milan. He was like the coolest kid I've ever met. Like, he was so chill, down to earth, just wanted to scooter, didn't want any Insta clips. Like, he would come up to me on my OSI shift. He's like,
hell yeah.
Like, you working right now? I'm like, yeah, I am. He's like, well, you're going to ride with me. I was like, I guess I am. I have nothing else to do. And so we just ride my OSI shift, and it would be like super sick. Hey, there's my roommate Wyatt. We were just talking about you. This is Wyatt. This is the craziest skateboarder you'll ever see.
What's up, Wyatt?
Trevor.
Yes, Wyatt.
Outlook Industries. Thank you so much.
Is this your interview?
Yeah, this is like the little interview I'm doing for
sure. Sounds sick.
Yeah. But that's Wyatt. He's an insane skateboarder. That's the fool who taught me like everything I need to know about like my scooter style, because he like critiques it as like a good friend should.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that. Like, I love when people do that as well. Like, just the and like the creativity side. Like, you're definitely one. Like, I love your creativity and how you like see spots way differently than I would.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that, Trevor. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and I really love the creative side. Like, I think that if you do something and I'm like, I would have never thought about doing that, then I just like, it immediately like lights something up in my brain, and I just like love the creativity side. For sure.
You love creative scootering, you need to check out, it's like Jay Graddington. He is the next big name in scootering. I swear to God, this fool will be better than Eden, anyone in the world. Like, just for style, how he does his tricks, how he flows, overall, everything about this kid's style is perfect, and people need to watch Jay and just learn from him. Like, I met Pierce Dabrinsky.
Jay?
What'd you say? It's JayGratton. I don't know what his Instagram. He has like 6,000 followers at the moment. But literally, like last week, he had. Like,
I'm following him.
Or something. Yeah, he's insane. The best scooter rider. I love his style. Everything he does is just beautiful, well executed. Oh, and people just need to learn. Like, I get on. I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
this kid.
Yes. Yeah. You know. You see him now. You know.
Yes. I saw him got reposted by like. Yeah. I saw him get reposted by like Undialed, and that's how I found him.
We've been friends since he's had like 1,000 followers on Instagram, and then he got reposted, and everybody started following him. He is the next big thing in scootering, next to like Riley Maltese.
Just adds that extra little like that little bit of like sauce that no one else does. He just has that sauce. I don't know how you like
the sauce.
do that.
100%. That's what I've been saying.
He's got the sauce.
100%.
It's all about the sauce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Also,
do you have any? Yeah. Go. Go.
Oh, I. No, you go. You go right ahead.
I was wondering, do you have any like connections with companies, or are there any companies that like you really like?
Right now, I love Ethic. I think Ethic is the next like best step in scootering. It's a really good company, good name. Yeah. They make really good like product posts. Like everything about Ethic just shows how core scootering is about to be. Ethic is top tier.
Right.
And they have the best riders. Like who's gonna hate on Nick Tedrick and Tommy Cristiano? Like top league dogs. You know what I mean? Like
they have the stacked team for sure.
But me personally, I don't have any connections with like any type of, I guess you would say like team managers or anything. I don't really like look on that side of scootering that much. I watched this video a while ago of White Trash Willie. I'm pretty sure 90% of the scooter community is like how to get sponsored or whatever. And like the main thing he talked about was just not try. Don't look at sponsors. Like I think I follow Ethic.
No.
And that's about it. I follow like 6 or 7 pros, but most of like the people in my following are my close friends. Like I don't like being that guy that's following like 100.
Yeah.
Like I get it's good to have, but I feel like less scooter media you see, the more you can develop your style.
Right. I've been trying to follow more other action sports.
Yeah, I follow a lot of skateboarders,
like because that's where I get the inspiration from.
Mm-hmm. Like if you want to get into bowl scootering, I love bowl scootering. That's like my favorite type of scootering. I've never going to quit bowls. 10-foot bowls are my shit. But if you watch skateboarders, like I do a lot of tweaks in my airs. Like if you see me, I'll come up on the coping and I'll push my deck over the coping. Like what skateboarders do. They'll kick their deck out and they'll bring it back into the coping. My favorite skateboarder, Carl Berglund and Ronnie Sanoval, they do that huge tweak. They like almost snap it. It's like, and then they land back in the transition. It's like they hit a brick wall and then go back. And I think that side of scootering of just airs, like Jay Berg, that fool, like inspired me to ride bowls. He like had this self-filmed Insta clip of him hitting this air. He went straight up and then went pink. Like just tweaked it all of a sudden. Like it didn't look like he was about to turn. It looked like he was about to go straight up and then land fakie. And that like inspired me. That was like 2 years ago. And ever since then, I've never stopped riding bowls. I've been in love with bowls ever since then.
Yeah. I watch like Charles Padell ride bowls.
Charles Padell is a great example.
And like, yeah. And I just am like, wow. I like bowl scootering is so sick. Just bowls in general, because like nobody's riding like the big air and stuff like that.
Logan Fuller, for example.
Logan, bro.
He has an insane style. Ethic, or not Ethic, Aztec, they're dropping that new video soon. It's gonna be lit. You already know. I'm so stoked for the video.
Yeah.
I love Logan Fuller's style. That guy kills it. He is the definition of what we need. Motherfucker lost like three teeth and was like, I don't even want to repair it. I'll take $100. It's no big deal. Like he just has gaps in his teeth and he's chill with it because he loves scootering. He's not looking at scootering for clout, for girls, for anything. He's looking at scootering because he loves the passion of scootering. And I think that's what's so special about Cooler.
Is Logan from Denver? I'm pretty sure he's from Denver, right?
Is he? I have no idea. I haven't really researched into him. I just love his style.
Yeah, he's got really good style. I think I could swear that him and Isaac like kind of like were the Denver crowd. I could be wrong in that.
Isaac is my favorite pro. That he was the first fool like in Denver. Not one of the first fools, but one of the first fools that like hyped me up and got me like, dang, I love Denver. This is sick out there. So I was riding this deep park. There's this huge like kink rail. It's like a kink, flat kink. And I was just doing like 50-50 backflips on it, 50-50 double whip. It's like an old video on my YouTube channel. You can like watch it if you want to. I did a bunch of tricks on this rail. And Isaac, every single time I landed something, he would go, yo! And then I would come up there and he'd hype me up. He would pat me on my back. And that gave me inspiration to hit another trick. And I think that's what's so special is we have those positive scooter riders in the community, like pushing the younger kids to get better and like push themselves and show like their full potential. And that's what I love about Isaac because he really like helped me get out there. Like he was the only guy that like helped me get out to Woodward East 2 years ago when I worked there. I was like, yo, Isaac, like I really want to go out here and get this job. Like, is there any way like I can put your name down as a reference? And he was like, for sure, dude, I got you. Sent me all of his like contact information I needed down, and I got the job at East. Like,
nice.
Isaac Miller is my favorite dude. I love that guy. He's such a humble dude.
Yeah, Isaac is so cool.
Yeah.
I haven't had too much time to hang out with him, but the few times I have, he's just like a sweetheart of a human being. Yeah, he's absolutely
sweetheart.
Legend.
I love it. He always has
He's got
smile on his face
the best tail whips.
Oh yeah, literally like whips it out. I like adding a north to my tail. You know, kick it back, like keep the deck slanted, and kick that front foot out, and like keep that toe pointed. I feel like that was really pretty.
Yeah, you have really you really think about that too, which takes a lot. Like lots of kids are always moving on to the next trick, but I think if you have like a beautiful set of basic tricks, like 100%. It's way more valuable.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bar whips. Like that is the one trick I low key hate on. Like I think it's a great trick.
Why? Oh, I'm curious.
You're curious. All right. I feel like bar whips can't really be executed in the type of way people want to execute them. When people do a bar whip, they do the bar and then the whip. I feel like when you throw that bar, it's going to... I watched this clip from Nick Tedrick, like I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. He did like a bar, caught it right here. And that inspired me. I was like, dang, that was super cool because he threw the bar, caught it right here, and then tweaked it out. So what I started doing with my bar whips, as I threw it, caught it right here, and then with my bar right here, I'd throw the tail whip late. And then I'd tweak my arms out. I realized it started to like look a little bit better. The more I kept doing it though, the shitter they got. They like kept looking uglier and uglier. And I feel like bar whip's that one trick that like you can't really get comfortable with. Like you could throw it all the time. It's a really easy trick to throw. Like people do it flat. But it's a really ugly trick to get on film. Like nobody wants to see that bar first. Bars and scootering, they're already hated on enough. Like you might as well just do a whip bar, you know? It's the way people do bar spins in scootering.
Are whip bars
stiff? You got to do a throw
whip bars better than bar whips?
Whip bars are 100% better than bar whips, hands down. I also don't fuck with rotors. Rotors are ugly. Rotors are so ugly. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen hardly any rotors. I mean, your full heels, I'm so jealous of.
I love full heels.
Your full heels look so good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I love your backflips, so hey, you got that on me.
Oh, really? Thanks.
I want to learn how to backflip. I wish I could just throw them anywhere, like Sam and you. You guys just do backflips wherever you want. I used to be able to front flip. I've done a front flare once and a cash roll.
I saw that cash. The cash roll was fire.
Yeah, I did it.
That was really good.
This pro BMXer was giving me tips, and he taught me how to do a proper cash roll. I don't remember his name. He was like really Australian. And I was like,
yeah, like you do 180 and then like a flare.
Yeah,
right.
That's how you're supposed to do a cash roll instead of a front flip 360.
Yeah, the front flip 360s are ugly. I like cash rolls. I think it's an amazing trick. No one can do them right.
Have you seen his name's Jack Walsh? Have you heard of Jack Walsh?
Jack has really good cash rolls.
Mm-hmm. Jack has good cash rolls, and he has the most amazing backflip threes I've ever seen in my entire life. He does the backflip, holds it, and then tweaks his body out to spin. And I do that with my 540. Yeah. Like I'll do a 3, I'll tuck the last part up into my butt, and then I'll twist my body to get that extra 180 around. And he does the same exact thing with his flip 3s. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he has that good of control. I don't know what his parents are feeding him. Yeah. But that kid is like a big thing. Like bro must be eating his veggies or something.
I've seen the ugliest flips and also the prettiest flips, and it's like it's so easy to do them bad.
Literally, at Delaney Ball. But I think flips are a weird trick. Personally, it's really I can't even describe what type it would even, what category of trick it would fall under, because it's like flip is not its like own.
It's acrobatic.
Yeah, acrobatic. Yeah, definitely. I would have to say that. For sure. Like BMXers, they do a lot of flips, but I'm more to the side of I don't want to flip ever. Like unless I'm going to a resi.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather get hurt like going on like a 10 stair in the streets or even like a 5 rail. Like I'd rather get hurt doing that than doing like, because you get fucked up on flips. I've seen some fools get bodied working at Woodward, and I'm like, I don't want to try that like ever in my life. I just saw you literally eat the concrete and be like, yeah, it's no big deal. I'm gonna do it again. Like, I have that mentality for like big sets, but flips not too much because I know the risk factor there is in flips.
Well, the thing that helped me is I did a lot of like tricking and like parkour stuff before I ever did it on scooter.
For sure. I got body at the parkour.
So that gives me like that air awareness.
I was doing parkour at West, like the very beginning. I think it was week 1 because I was on Intro to Action. Like I was with all the younger kids that are trying to get into action sports, and I was low key trying to show off for my campers. I'm like, I'm not parkour or anything, but I ride a scooter. Shout out scooters. Scooters are the best. And I started swinging from bar to bar. I caught onto this bar and I like swung too far and I like went flat on my back and I was like, don't get out of your
in that parkour gym or?
Oh no, that was at the outdoor.
Or at the gym.
The outdoor with the yellow bars.
Oh.
Yeah, I was swinging and I like flipped back. I was like, nope. all my little kids were like, oh no, Erick's hurt, because they like loved me like the whole week. They're like, no. They came up to me like, I'm good. I can't breathe, but I'm good.
You're like, I can't breathe.
Speaking of can't breathe,
speaking of
no, you got it.
Speaking of Woodward, like, is Poco Loco like gonna leave at any point? Did you hear anything about them tearing that out?
Yeah, it's a risk factor. It's terrible. I love the park. The flow
they said they were going to tear it out when I was there.
Yeah, that's what they said with me. I doubt they're going to tear it out. I don't have a lot of hate on Woodward, but there is some aspects of Woodward that I'm not a big fan of. And, like, I feel like we could get treated better as employees. Like, they always hold, like, you're at Woodward over your head. And I feel like that's not really fair because if I really wanted to work somewhere and make money, I could work at fucking Frisch's or like McDonald's and make more money working there the whole summer than I can make at Woodward. And like, it's awesome to have those skate parks, and it's awesome to have that like environment. But you can't really hold that like, oh, you're working at Woodward, you have the opportunity to ride all these parks, because you're not really riding those parks. I didn't start riding hard until like week 8 because I needed my body to be able to teach instruction. Like, it's not fair to hold that over your head.
Same.
Yeah, and that's
the last time I was there was kind of brutal because they didn't really hold it above my head, but I got hurt like the 3rd day I was there, like dislocated my ankle, like was out.
And they were probably like stressing on it. They thought you weren't going to teach the kids, but like they don't understand that people want to be there. People are there for the freaking kids. Like, they're not there to ride the skateboard. It's like, you get those like 18-year-olds that you hire. Don't hire an 18-year-old and you look at his Instagram and he's just posting.
There are some kids that are there to get pro.
Yeah, that's just how it is. That's just Woodward. You live in California. You have that kids. You have those kids applying. Like, you got to be more self-aware about who you're hiring. You can't just hire anybody off the street. And I feel like Woodward has a very big problem of getting that you can work at Woodward. You don't have to be good at Woodward. You just have to be a great person. And I feel like Woodward doesn't have that great person value anymore. The whole thing behind Woodward is like, you make your kids experience the Woodward experience, but Woodward doesn't have that experience anymore since we've been bought out by Powder. Everything's corporate. We can't really do the old stuff we used to be able to do like in the past, like make those like special memories. Like, there's definitely like a lot of rules and like stuff you just can't do anymore. Like, now we got to lock every single cabin every single day. Like, kids can't go into their cabins when they need to get supplies. They have to find someone to unlock their cabin. And usually that dude isn't even doing his job. He's just hiding out in someone else's cabin. And it's really disappointing to see like the area that Woodward's going into. Like, I love it. I have so much passion for Woodward. I would love to be able to like make Woodward better. But right now, the state that Woodward's in, it's disgusting. It's really pitiful. And it's just downright like sad. Like, every kid I have ran into was like, F Woodward, I hate Woodward, why am I here? I want to go home, this, that. And like, you look at it and like, you'll see a lot of people be like, wow, they're a spoiled little brat. They're not having the fun, like the $1,500 camp. Their parents put so much money into sending them to this camp, but like, they want to leave because they could go to their local and have more fun. their parents couldn't have spent the money.
Right.
It's not a lot of the kids that are wanting to go to Woodward. It's a lot of the parents that are wanting their kids to go to Woodward so they can get a vacation. Most of those kids would love to just chill at the locals with their local homies. And Woodward doesn't have that vibe anymore of like making friends or anything. There's a bunch of cliques. There's fights. There's everything that happens at Woodward is not how it used to be. We used to not have fights at Woodward. There used to not be drama. There used to not be kids trying to like kill each other. But now that's a thing, and it's really embarrassing, and it's sad. It's really sad to see Woodward fall.
It is really sad.
Downfall.
It's like the people that used to want to go to Woodward and were able to go to Woodward because they love the sport and because they wanted to get better are now being like pushed out, like they're not able to. And I think a lot of it has to do with just the state of the country in general, just like that those people that are actually passionate and want to go to Woodward to get better just don't have the funds or the ability to.
Yeah, and that was me when I was a kid. I wanted to go to East so bad. It was only like a 6-hour drive, but me and my family, we went through like a really hard hardship, you would say. My mom passed away when I was like 13 years old or whatever. Like it took a toll on me and my family. Oh no, it's no big deal.
Of course.
You learn how to like get over stuff like that. But I really like wanted to go to Woodward, but we weren't financially stable after that. Like we couldn't like send me out to Woodward. So like the first chance I get, I applied to Woodward. I was like, yo, I got the job. I can go out to Woodward. This is so special. And like it was special for like the first week, and then you really see like what Woodward is, and then you're like, damn, I've been watching this since I was like 12 years old, and now I'm just disappointed in the camp. It's really like, it's like losing a dog almost. It's like losing really important to you. Like Woodward is a lot of kids' dreams, and like you'll see like the kids that didn't have a lot of money, they'll grow up and they'll work at Woodward and they'll be like, damn, like this isn't how I imagined it. And it really bumps a lot of like workers out, because a lot of the workers at Woodward, they didn't have like the money to go as a kid.
There's a reason they're working there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and now they see it and they're like, dang, dude, I'm glad I didn't come here as a kid. And that's really disappointing to see.
Yeah.
A lot of people lose their passion for Woodward in the first week, I feel.
There's not that many of people that are now like, they were campers like every year and then they transitioned into being employees and they're still employees. There's not that many of those people anymore.
I probably know about 3 kids that came up to me and said they wanted to be a counselor. And that's really sad. And like all the kids just hated on the camp. I was just like, wow, this is really sad to see. Like Ryan Sheckler used to be a big name in scootering, and now the whole scootering not skate staff, but the campers, they just hate on him. They bully the guy. Like he is the face of Woodward, and he's getting straight bullied like everywhere he goes. Just sad. I used to look up to Ryan Sheckler when I was a kid. Yeah, I feel bad for Ryan. Like that must be tough.
Well, he's in a very important position, I think, now that he can make a difference if he wants to. Unless powder gets in the way, which is the real problem.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not great that we're owned by a ski company, or like it's a ski resort company. Like I don't think it's the greatest idea that we're bought out by that company.
Well, the problem is that there wasn't really another way to do it, because I don't think Woodward had the money after COVID to really...
No, the whole thing was Gary, the guy who owned it, he got into real estate. So once he got into real estate, he sold Woodward and started making his money off of that real estate side. Which is really... Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Gary's
he didn't want
you can look up... If you look up Gary Ream's real estate, like you'll see his profile. It's pretty funny. Yeah, he's doing good for himself, which is really happy to see, but it's just really sad to see that he sold it to terrible people. He just wanted to make money out of it rather than keep the legacy going.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think in putting myself in Gary's position, selling it to an action sport company like Powder was probably all, like, he had good intentions of doing
100%.
It just didn't pan out.
Powder didn't have good intentions.
Right. Mm-hmm. They're just trying to cash cow it.
They are.
You can't really do it's hard because you can't really do that, because it's the same reason why like you can't open an indoor skate park that makes money without it being like a church oriented thing. True.
Because
I've like always wanted to do that. I'm like, I want to own like an indoor skate park, and then I'm like, when you look at the actual like business side of it, it just doesn't work.
You got to have a skate church, which is just skate church.
So that you can avoid the taxes, and you have to try to avoid the super steep insurance.
And that
because
that
that's
even,
really
like,
the problem is that the
creates,
insurance is dummy.
I think also skate churches are really good because I've never been into a skate church and there's been like a bad person in there or someone that's had a bad attitude. Like every time I've gone into a skate church, every single person there is humble and happy and stoked to be at the skate park. Like you'll go to like some indoor skate parks. It's like, I want to go to Wendy's. I don't want to be here right now. Let's go ride street. Let's go to the outdoor. F this indoor. I hate my membership. Like you can't act like that. Like you gotta be happy that you can ride when it's raining. Like, and I feel like kids just
right, exactly, or snowing or whatever.
Yeah, climate. That's what's awesome about indoor skate parks. But indoor skate parks are a thing of the past. I feel like in probably like 5 years now, there's going to be like 3 indoor skate parks in the world. Because like, who wants to go to the indoor skate park? They only make money in the wintertime or in a rain season.
I think that there's a lot of opportunity for them. I think that there is not anybody capitalizing on that opportunity because there needs to be like, it goes along with the contest scene, I think, which is kind of dying out, which is why you think they're going away.
Mm-hmm. I love contests. I think contests are really great for the scootering environment. Like Halvis,
yeah, I think so too.
Street. Like they've literally done so well this year with like promoting it. Like I already know that event's going to be freaking popped off. I already know there's going to be tons of people there.
Are you going?
I don't know yet. I might not. I just have to figure out what I'm doing this week.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm headed down there at some point. Yeah,
like Halvis is
so I'll be there for a couple days.
Yeah. I like the spring break events when they have the spring break events because I don't know. There's something about riding your scooter when girls are watching that just makes it groovy. Like whenever a girl's at even like a homie's girlfriend, like I'll go crazy at the skate park if a homie's girlfriend's there, or even like it's a skater girl. I'll be like doing the biggest grinds and the craziest tricks, learning new tricks. Like I love the fact that girls are starting to ride scooters and skateboards and everything because I feel like that's going to be also like a big side of scootering. Like getting like girls on scooters is like next level. Like I follow more Russian girl scooter riders than I do follow like American girl scooter riders because there's not too many American girl scooter riders, but I can name like a couple off the top of my head. I can't pronounce their names right, but I can name their Instagrams off the top of my head, you know?
Right.
Like Delaney
Ball.
Yeah,
there's some really good European
of like a good American girl scooter rider. She is top tier, but then you'll have those clout chasing girls that are just boasting bunny hops, and it's like, no wonder you're getting 80 views.
There's this one girl that I follow.
What's her name?
I think she's from Spain. I don't remember what her name is. But she's doing like 12-stair handrails and
it's
actually
underscore
really good.
It's like underscore M something, and it's like millennial or something. You know, I know who you're talking about because she was in the
and she's like also like she's also model. She also models.
Oh my gosh, what is her name? But yeah, she's from Spain. I know who you're talking about. She's really freaking good. And a good style too.
She's really good, and she rides with like her boyfriend like skates, I think.
Oh really?
And she scooters. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. If I remember right.
Yeah, I feel like it sounds so bad to say. But I feel like a lot of the times with girls scooter riders, and I'm not saying this to like come off as any sort of way, like, but a lot of girls scooter riders at the skate park to get with guys. Even like I hate saying girls scooter riders because they're not too many. Like a lot of just girls that come to the skate park with like skateboards, BMX, bikes, anything. Like, you know, they come to the skate park to get boys, and that's a big problem with scootering. Like my local in Denver,
not even to get boys.
What do you mean
to get
by
like
that?
Attention? I think sometimes.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they're definitely like attention seekers. Like my local back in Colorado, Railbender. The first summer I moved out there was not a time I didn't go to the skate park, and there was 5 girls there. I'm a shout out to those girls that came to the park every day. Like I progressed so good, but like it's just sad. Like I feel like girls need to like have more passion about scootering, which is like rough to say.
Well, do you think that there are the girls that aren't doing it because they don't want to be included with that stereotype?
Maybe. I feel that as well. 100%. Delaney Ball is the definition of what a girl scooter rider should be. You know, I feel like she's overall like well-rounded, has a good style. Yeah, she posts like the annoying reels and the slide posts, but she's getting scootering out there to like the girls' engagement. You know what I mean? A lot of girls follow her. She goes out to Woodward, like a lot of cheer girls follow her. I like probably this year at Woodward was the most amount of girls I've ever seen riding a scooter, staff and campers included. Like there's just people riding on scooters, and I think that's so sick. It's just seeing like.
Do you know Ella?
Ella
Jensen?
No, I do not.
Out of Vada.
Ella,
she roller skates?
I couldn't tell you.
She roller skates. And she's do you know Owen? Owen Jensen? Yeah, you do. He was at the the Tuesday thing.
Oh, I know Ella. Oh my gosh. Yes, Spinderella. Yes, I know
Yeah,
Ella.
she's sick.
Yeah, she is super cool.
She is so cool.
Quad skates are rad. I love quad skates.
Yeah.
I've met some crazy dudes on quad skates. I've met some crazy girls on quad skates. I think quad skates are like freaking fire. I love anybody that does a quad skate.
Yeah,
I'll
me
talk
too.
to them all day. Cause I love I did aggressive inline when I was younger.
Yeah, I was about to say inline is literally the 2000s inline is so nuts to me. Like I go back and watch those videos sometimes, and I'm like,
it gives me anxiety.
These guys are literally throwing themselves at the ground.
They can't. They just hit a stair set and they'll just body down the stair set and just walk back up it. Like it was like a 20 stair.
Yeah.
Whew.
I saw this one video. This guy did a triple kink out of this. Like one side's one side's stairs. The other side is a 3-story drop.
Bruh.
Homie's falling off of this drop like repeatedly and just getting back up and going back up.
Yeah, I love
He's like hanging off the railing and getting flung. Like it's just nuts.
That's fire. Me personally, when I grew up, I started out inlining. Like I was that kid at the skate park that would like huck front flips out of a quarter pipe and not land land on their ass and like get back up. I love inline skates. Like my skates are in my closet right over there. Like I freaking love inline. Like I have some clips on my Instagram, and I think inline is like something special. Like that is core as F. Like you can't get any more core than rollerblading. You
really can't.
Yeah, like they're
because the community is so small.
They're freaking awesome. I love every single rollerblader I've ever met. Same with quads. Like they're so sick. They're great people. They're always humble. They're probably high as hell. Like I love it. I love it.
Yeah, you have to be at some point.
Yeah, true. I
take slams like that.
I love riding. I love riding the scooter when I'm high. Like I think weed and action sports go together so well. Wait, can I talk about this?
Yeah, you can. I actually have not scootered high.
You haven't scootered high?
I don't know. I can't function. Yeah, I can't really function when I'm high. Like I feel like I have once, but I was like, I was like barely. Yeah. So it didn't really count.
I will roll a joint, light that thing, and just hop on my scooter, and that thing will be smoking as I'm riding. Like I'll be hitting front boards, hitting like chill stuff, and then once I'm done with that, I put that thing out and I'll just hit like crazy stuff. Cause weed just it's awesome. Weed is just beautiful. You can't get anything like it. It's just part of action sports culture. Skateboarding and BMXing.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's what I've noticed, especially like being at Woodward and getting to hang out with a bunch of pros and stuff. Is like there was a lot of weed going around.
Mm-hmm.
Like lots of people are smoking it.
Yeah, I can't blame them. I mean, it's a great relaxer after you're done riding, and it's a great relaxer while you're riding. Like if you have that, like say you're trying to set, like it's like a 10 set, and you're just getting bodied. And you're like, I'm gonna take a break. You roll a joint, smoke it, relax for a couple seconds, go back and hit it. You'll probably land it first try because it gets rid of all those negative thoughts. Weed is a happy.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people react to weed differently, and I hate talking about this because I'm not like medical and I don't know much about the whole side of like long-term health impacts. But when you smoke and then you go to try something on your scooter, you don't think about, damn, I'm gonna eat shit. I'm a face plant. You think, oh, I'm gonna do this trick real quick because it looks sick. And I think that's what's awesome about smoking.
I think you don't think about like the bad things that could happen, you're just like, I need to do this, and I need to do this, and then I need to do this, and then I'm landing.
Yeah. I also get really loose on my
Like, you're just thinking about the process.
Like, I feel like getting loose on your scooter is really key. You got to be loose. You got to sit back seat. You got to make everything look cute. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah, so true.
Like,
yeah, I know, and you can see that in like your 360s. Your threes are beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. I love them. I like took a really long time to perfect them. It took me. I had the.
Yeah, you can see that.
I love threes. They're
yeah, you can see
shape.
how you like tuck it up.
Yeah, you like kind of what I do is I'll like tuck my knees and I'll like bend my knees like this much. So then I'll be up in my butt. Yeah. I'll look back at my butt and then I'll twist out. It's really easy to do actually.
Right.
It just takes a little bit of technique.
Yeah, a little bit of sauce. That's sauce.
A little bit of weed.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
No, kind of like what's his name? He's a skateboarder for Red Bull, but there's a lot of those. So
Carl Berglund, he's sponsored by Red Bull. Oski Rosenberg sponsored by Red Bull.
What? He just released a part. It's
is it Hugo?
Called Blue Sky. It was really good. Jake Wooten.
Jake Wooten's super sick. I met him at West. He was like, yo,
yeah, I did too.
It. He said, yo, you're killing it, and dapped me up at Art Park. And I was like, what? That's Jake Wooten. That's like world famous scooter rider, or not scooter rider, skateboarder. And homie just dapped me up for doing a front board on a handrail. Like, bro.
Yeah, I was at West too. I was at Art Park or by Art Park, and I was like OSIing there. And he literally walks up to me and introduces himself to me.
That's right.
Like I'm somebody.
So cool.
And I'm like, you are literally like, I will forever support you. Like you are such 100%. A sick homie. Like he's so nice.
Dude. Yeah. He's awesome for this sport. I love Jake Wooten. He's such a great dude.
His threes are like, if everybody in action sports was like Jake and had the same like mentality towards it that he does, it would be so awesome.
Have you seen how he, in the big sky part, he goes over the fence and he like, I don't even know how his ankle bended like this on the board. He like tucked his knee like underneath the board with his foot still on the board, tucked his board up like this, went over it, flattened it out, and went the other tweak way. Just like, what did you do? How is that even possible?
His threes are like, his board's like up at his head. It's like way up
it
here.
Doesn't make sense. It
and
doesn't
he
make
pulls it
sense.
around.
No. He whips that on.
But it looks sick.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's what your threes make me think of, is his. Oh,
thank you. I appreciate that a lot. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake Wooten kills it. Shout out to Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday kills it. They put on events.
Yeah. How long? who is actually like head of Tuesday?
It's this girl named China. She's the sickest person I've ever met. She's a girl scooter rider, and one day in Denver, she like made like the account with like a bunch of like Denver locals. I don't know much behind like the backstory behind it. But when I moved out to Denver, I was like riding with like the whole group, and I like kind of like got in contact with them through Instagram because I was like, "Yo, I'm coming out to Denver soon. Like, is there any homies to ride with out here?" And they like hit me back, and they're like, "Yeah, for sure," because they like posted super cool like. It's like an edit, but it has like the green screen effects in it, and it's just such a sick edit. And ever since I came out and started riding with them, you know what I'm talking about. They put me on their team and everything.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because Tuesday isn't like a team. Everybody's on Tuesday. That's like our whole motto.
Like a crew.
Yeah, it's just people who ride with us, people who have fun and have the same love of scootering. And that's what I love about Tuesday. We all have the same love.
Yeah.
For scootering.
Yeah, that's always what I've seen about it too. Like ever since I heard about it since it was created, because I've been kind of like on the outskirts of the Denver scene for a long time. Like because I've been from South Dakota and I'd come down to Denver and ride all the time. So
yeah, for sure.
I just love the community. But I saw it and I was like, this is sick.
Yeah, like you go to Arvada and there's like 20 to 30 scooter riders every single day you go there, and you're like, how do you guys just ride every single day? Like you guys are up here all the time, and it's right down the road. I love scootering. I like riding this park. I think that's so sick. Scootering in Denver.
Yeah, this is my local. I'm like,
That was your local. Arvada was your local?
No, it wasn't. I've had kids tell me that. They're like, "Oh yeah, this is my local." I'm like,
yeah, and then you're like,
I wish. You know how good I'd be?
Me personally, I started when I first moved to Denver. I was really big on like going to the best parks in Denver, but like the past few times I've visited, I've tried going to like the worst parks, like prefab parks, like just parks that are just not many people go to because that's where you get the most creative. Less obstacles, the better. I feel.
Yep. Yeah, growing up where I did, I had a lot of those because we had the crappiest prefab parks that were not made by skaters. Right. So, like, there's just some special energy at those parks where, like, it's at a skate park, but it feels like a street spot because there's no like normal way to ride it.
100%, and that's what I love about prefab parks. Prefab parks are freaking awesome. I feel like every single like town should have a skate park in the U.S. I feel like the U.S. should be more skate friendly. We're definitely in that direction. Like, because like Durango, take example for Durango. We are the skate friendly campus. We have a skate park on the campus. You can ride any spot you want to. You're never gonna get kicked out. They're so supportive of it. They give money to the skaters so they can build new stuff at the skate park that we have on campus. And I feel like if more colleges were like, dang, we want our kids to get out of the dorms, go ride their skateboards. Because you have to think about it. If you have a skate park on like a big campus, more kids are going to get out of their dorms and go to the skate park. They're not going to be wanting to sit inside all day. And like that goes for everything because I feel like our generation now is lazy. Not anybody really wants to go outside and like have fun. Like my biggest thing, I love hiking. I love being out in the wilderness. I love seeing new things I've never seen before. And a lot of people just rely on the internet to see stuff they haven't seen before. And I think that's really sad. You can't experience.
Right. Yeah, how's that skate club going, by the way?
It's awesome. We have a mini ramp now. We have a few rails, some ledges. Yeah, it's super sick out there. I love it.
I was on that original team with like Leighton and them when like we presented it to the board and got it through at Fort Lewis. So cool. I mean, then I like immediately left, but it was I've just seen it grow and like it's so cool. Like I love that is something that happened there, and that's one of the only colleges I think that could have had that happen.
True, because it's like a perfect college.
Yeah, it is. It totally is.
Mm-hmm. And there's so many like good spots on campus too.
Yeah, for sure. I have one more question for you. We've gotten to that hour.
Oh, for sure.
A little bit, so we'll start wrapping her up. But I have one more question. Like, if you were gonna tell your younger self something, or like some kid that's just coming into scootering, what advice would you give them or you?
It ain't that deep, bro. It ain't that deep. It's like the best advice I'd give you. Don't get mad at your scooter. Don't throw your scooter. It ain't that deep. It's scootering. It's something meant to be taken lightly. That's like the best advice I'd give to my younger self. Because growing up, I threw my scooter a lot. I was an angry kid, but I slowly developed a chill and a peace with myself in scootering. Just don't take it so seriously.
Right.
It's not supposed to be taken seriously. It's supposed to be fun.
That's very important. Yeah. I see lots of people that are taking it way too seriously, and they're like, I need to get sponsored. I need to do this. I need to accomplish this. And you're like, just ride, bro.
Yeah. Like I love trick lists, but if you just go to the skate park and you ride and have fun with your friends, you're going to learn more tricks than looking at your trick list. 100%.
And you're going to develop that style, your individual style, because there's things that you're going to enjoy doing that you're just going to do a lot.
Because you're not going to want to like pressure yourself to learn a double heel kick list. It's a lot of strength. I actually, when I was younger, I got a calcium deposit in my elbow when I was scootering, doing so many kicklisses, and I just quit scootering for like 4 months. And I didn't even look at action sports. I didn't watch anything. I was straight like a frat boy almost. I was going to parties, drinking like all the time. And then I was like, dang, I want to ride my scooter again. And when I got back into scootering, I went to like the street side of things, and I started being more like low impact, no tricks, like just cruising around, having fun. Like when the first month I got back into scootering, I don't think I did a single kickless, pry flip, or anything. I just cruised around on the streets with Wyatt. And Wyatt is my twin flame with scootering. He is the one. He is the one that grew my style, and I thank my best friend so much for that.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. Well, yeah, thank you again, Eric, for coming on. and
For sure.
talking with me. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
Super
So
fun. I enjoyed it too. Well,
sweet. And
hopefully I'll see you out in Durango and we can catch a sesh. You dig?
yeah, I'm gonna try to get through again.
Bet.
When I come down, like for Worlds, hopefully I'll come through there. So
Awesome. Sweet. It was nice talking
hopefully
to you.
I'll see you then.
For sure.
Nice talking to you too. What's your Instagram so people can go follow you on there? Even though we talked about that a lot on
It's
this, but
it's EEERCK. So 3 E's and then RCK. Yeah.
Sweet. And then you have YouTube too?
Just Erick Christian, just my name. You can spell it off on my Instagram.
Okay. Perfect.
For sure. Well,
Awesome.
I hope
Well, thank you
you have
so
a great
much.
day.